All right, so then that be how things end for the 1-0 in favor of Accra Hearts of Oak. Achu, yeah. I mean, you make I begin with you. Then you're at a stadium there, you watch the whole game. Honestly, me, I don't go to the stadium. I watch the whole match on TV. The way the opening 10-15 minutes of the game go, then me, I just grab myself a cup of tea at the watch because the first 10 minutes.
The finally they come.
Then it check like with that one destroy House of Oak. But they showed character, the way they ended the first half, impressive. Yeah. But then again, towards the end of the match, House of Oak really no get any enough energy. I don't know. Take me through the game, what you make of the performance.
Explanation for what you observe be say Hearts no be match fit.
Right.
With that significant number of games into the season already. So in terms of the physical conditioning, then get that level, then get some momentum behind them. In fact, the last 5 games where they play before this game, they had only drawn once. They win the 4 other games where they play. So the energy to play that game, or the momentum, the physical conditioning where it go carry them, they implement the things where then they train in your day. So for them, they just have to show up and then play the football way they know, see, then they play. For Hearts of Oak, now them for manage the game and ensure, say, for the period where them be dominant with then they create the chances, then go put away the chance because they don't get the legs to play for 90 minutes.
Okay.
And that be the thing. I mean, for a team where, unfortunately for them, the game where them play before this, the Kamsa game, be over a month ago.
Yes.
Before this. So any momentum where then gets before this game, it disappears.
Okay.
It evaporates into the air. So definitely there was going to be that gap in terms of the physical conditioning and how it affects the dynamics of the, which is why Wydad had the first 15 minutes and then the final 15 minutes of the game as well. So you realize that this time around, even the substitutions we do make, the entire team no feel pull along because they don't get the legs. But I like the way they play the game. The way they grow into the game and how they manage to cut out the supply line for Wydad Athletic. And it be in the show you see the technical team the job. Okay. Because after that 15 minutes, we don't see Wydad again until the final 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So then identify what the Moroccans they do, then find an antidote, and most importantly, then find a way beyond stopping the Moroccans, where then impose them a game on the Moroccans. So you realize that from the 20th minute, almost every time Hearts they move forward, the last Hearts of Oak player was beyond the center line. Every Hearts of Oak outfield player, the Moroccans them are half inside, and that be the ultimate sign of dominance. That them pin them opponents back. One of the things where you go against them, and again it is circle back to this issue of momentum because look, if the season had been in session, if Hearts of Oak had 5 or 6 games under their belts,
okay.
Some of those chances we then get, then go bury those chances.
Right.
The Salif Ibrahim chance, it's a goal. He go score that chance. Some of the exchanges between
Koji's chance,
Kofi Koji, he go bury those chances. But this be essentially they getting through the paces. What the other thing that was also impressive for me was how the midfield held their own. So you realize, say, as if you watch Hearts of Oak all through the season, then they deploy a lot of the attacks through the wings.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think the midfield was that great, especially in the first half.
It wasn't great, but as they realized, say, the wings no go help them, then they targeted the half space. And eventually, the 2 penalty incidents all come through. So the first ball the long ball, Efriye Bani achieves control to Kofi Koji, that penalty through the half space. The goal that was scored, they worked it, got to the byline, came back again. That same space inside the penalty box, we then score. So it they tell you, say, even in these difficult circumstances, then they find. And for me, what was important was not disgracing themselves, was playing to the best of their abilities and not looking inferior. And I feel because of Wydad's recent performance in the Champions League, a lot of people have possibly overrated them to the point of even disrespecting Hearts of Oak. In terms of pedigree, they are not any better than Hearts of Oak. The most you could say...
Well, certainly in the last 5 years,
yes,
they have been at the very top of African football.
They've made the Champions League final 3 times since 2011.
They won in 2016.
2017. We then played the semis about 4 times. So that consistency, it be what really they give them a lot of
underrating. To be honest, it's basically that's where they have it. I think it's more of underrating House of Folk.
That's the thing. And for me, look, I have a feeling the House of Folk will do something in the return league. But even if that no happen, what the club communicates be say this be long-term project with and they won't do. That be why they don't want to sell any of their key players. Right. They will be back here again. No matter how this ends, whether they qualify or not, next season, the ambition be say they go play in Africa again and in the group stage. So this be important experience for them, especially how they handle the issues, the administrative issues. For example, you see the refereeing performance. If you with that athletic rather way, then go report the ref give CAF. Why? Because then they won't put pressure on the next ref, it go handle the return leg. And
so wait, you want time to say, with that moment they talk say the ref no force give
Yeah, and you see, it be some of the things where it be some of the traits.
Show me the Kofi Koji, say no, the Barnier incident again. The one Salifu get the chance should. That's a penalty any day. For me, even the Kofi Koji one save maybe debatable, but for the Barnier incident,
it was a penalty and it was a red card. A penalty and but you see, if you watch
this one, listen. He get the ball clear. Look,
he got the ball over the keeper.
The keeper no get anywhere near the ball. He clubbed into the player. This will be penalty. Any day, like Christopher Nimley go talk, clear penalty.
Stonewall. Stonewall. But you see,
all day.
Right now, they go report the ref.
Because if we would not get this thing, the way they go swam the ref, they have to work players. It be the dark house they talk about. They don't even protest.
No.
They didn't even run to the referee.
No, but you see, it was one thing I like about them, attitude. They seem to have made up their mind about the ref very early in the game. So every time the decision went against them, they just got on with it. They no throw tantrums, they no
that
complaint.
Was good. But at the same time, for put pressure on the referee,
definitely.
But for apply more
pressure, important for the return league. Because over there, if you don't know...
and on more serious note, you mentioned it, Farouk, at the cup. On a more serious note, the 15 minutes, the sort of pressure with that take put House of Folk them atop for here. If we that put the same pressure on House of Folk for there, that'd be 3 goals flat in the first 15 minutes. They go cause. No, I'm not gonna lie you.
Especially if you have the referee
exactly.
You.
So that'd be why they for not forgive. Because House of Folk go play Esperance before. We saw it. 15 minutes, they take 5-0.
Yeah.
But before
Farouk that's why it's important that they need to short circuit with that in the return league. Make you know allow
them. Yes. No, that kind of dominance
properly short circuit right from the first phase of the build-up.
We'll talk about what we for do. Okay. But when I take Farouk in, we always talk about the need for individual players to step up. Team performance, awesome. But in big games, big players step up.
Definitely.
In this particular match, Ibrahim Salifu and Kofi Koji, they were possessed. I mean, talk me through the performance of some of the key players in that. Even the defense, like that day, every House of Folk player basically stepped up.
Very well. So you see, it happens sometimes in very big games. Like he said, House of Folk has not had a lot of match.
Why your pigeon vanish?
House of Folk, they don't play plenty.
Go on.
No, you see, we Kumasi boys, pigeon, you know really do anything. So if for one ourselves into just like House of Folk, So all I'm trying to say is that you see, House had not played a lot of matches, and so for matches, so you forget all-round team performance. Even though, like you said, you need some individual brilliance. If that were so, then Has probably, then we'll get 2 or 3 goals in this particular game. We all saw the performance of Salifu Ibrahim last season, even from Techiman before joining House of Folk. Top player. It culminated into him winning the best player
in the league.
So they tell you, say, he gets that individual brilliance. But say, as we already talk, WAC be top team.
Yes.
You on your radio, everybody they talk about how WAC they can't score Has. How Has.
When you do the
It don't be the callers alone. Even the presenters themselves.
Oh, really?
No, everybody is saying that.
Don't give us a book chance.
Make disgrace your body. Like if they score Has 1 or 2, 1-0 or 2-1, it be normal. So even the players, if they enter them ahead inside.
Yeah.
But after doing so well in the first leg against WAC. I sure say if they go the second leg, some of these players will know that, come on, these WAC players are not so much better off than us. So
these WAC players be WAC.
Them be WAC. Exactly, them be WAC. So say, I mean, so if somebody like Koji, who has, I mean, at a point was playing Qatar,
yes.
You've seen it all. So then you need to step up for the young players to learn from you. When Salim come inside, you see that ball, a dribble for the
is talented. Hey,
he's too good. He's too good.
Brother,
he's too good. I sure say by the end
you
of
don't get that 10 give me. Javi self will be proud.
And speaking of the referee, that ball, what did the referee call? On the free Ebani. Was it a foul?
He called for a foul against
what? It was so shocking. Even that free Ebani penalty incident. After Salim tried to score and the keeper saved it, he whistled.
He flagged for offside.
I don't know, but was that
against
an offside?
Against
who? Against
who?
No,
but which player?
No, but
against
see,
who?
So you want to say wait? So the Salim free shot where the keeper saved,
How was it an offside?
No, it wasn't.
You know, because he whistled. he whistled. So
even if they do me like leaving the coffee koji here,
the bodies.
Yeah.
So why is the offside?
No, the ball will come.
No, this be the same. So why if whistle? Why whistle?
There's no Hasselhoff player close.
So yes.
Fatal takes the
his
ball.
hand is up. I don't know what it take.
Banya isn't even close to the ball. Banya no get close to the ball safe.
Very significant.
Farouk shock, see your face.
I just know the back. Because we already talk about the penalty and the chances, the 50-50 fouls. But this was a clear case of the referee having a certain
incompetent.
mind.
Yeah.
Even the coffee koji near post shot with the keeper say he whistle for something.
Yeah.
So the second half, he pass on near post shot, left-footed shot, be the keeper save.
Exactly.
I hear whistle. I don't know what the whistle.
In fact, even the coach's yellow card, Coach Boadu's yellow card, we all know that his temperament is quite bad. But for what exactly was he shown the yellow card? WAC player, they can't throw the ball. They stand there. The guy obstruct him. Then
the guy
just rush him. The guy push him in at the top. The ref, you rush there. You know,
the ref no force.
He no force at all. So then, after the match, I hear say Alaja can be the talk. Somebody ask him say then go complain about the ref. He say no, they not go do anything. I mean, these are some of the little details. You put pressure on the next referee, you the bab. So then, in the end, I believe say
he say make the GFA report the referee.
And then CAF president just come Ghana today.
Yes.
I mean, some of these things. If you tell him under G, tell him under
G. Guys, we could wrap up on this Hasselhoff discussion by looking at the second leg. We see the first leg. We see the deficiencies. Has not be strong starters. There not be strong finishers.
Yeah.
So how do Goffin negotiate this particular game? What be the strategy you figure say Goffin work actually?
Look, Hasselhoff, they no be defensive team. The Samobudo Hasselhoff we see, it no be defensive team. They no be team where them Goffin sit deep for 90 minutes.
Okay.
That's not how they play. If you play that way, you limit your players. And I always talk say coaching basically be finding a way that they limit your opponents, them are best weapons.
And optimize.
And at the same time, creating the scenario that allows your best players to influence the game.
Okay.
That be all.
Okay.
So, and this for has to work on our mindset because they're not going to go sit. What we see the first 6 minutes, it be scary.
Like, if I watch what
because it was incessant, wave after wave of the attack.
Challenge.
And over there, you know, go sustain nothing.
Yeah.
The players that miss the first league then go return. So that's why I talk.
Plus, and this is key. Many people they ignore.
Coach then
my entire technical team is coming back.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many of them were out.
Yes.
They say, Charlie, if you listen to the Hot fans, they say this one probably equipment manager now coach. If the equipment manager he can't comment as of no,
so
because the coach get COVID, assistant get COVID, everybody get COVID. The why he can't coach the team, he just be somebody where he did the technical team inside. Goalkeeper trainer.
So for me,
if this be kit manager, and the coach in there, some more.
Oh, but you know, be kit manager, it be the goalkeepers. But for me, it be important. Say
COVID, it take like 2 weeks or
no.
The COVID results it be from Ghana. for there, no, the COVID results for there, no, for there, no, we go see whether it be negative or positive. You say, if you hear you people can't talk, say, that what do they can't get COVID and they guarantee
you no go get.
No, but
right?
It be trick a lot of clubs. Then they could
they do.
Plus their
yes.
Maybe the
plus the medical authorities then they do.
Last season,
then
you
go
see what then take do protocol.
Exactly.
These were the incipient stages of the COVID. Then that time, many people know they bab their COVID. But already, there has been a lot
so you want to
of...
tell me the genuine people for the WAC team there, they say they get, they all get.
It be genuine.
Okay.
So for me, back to what now?
You know go fit cheat.
I hear you.
In terms of COVID.
Let's pray that.
What are the talk we say?
They don't go talk say boy do get COVID. So say you go fit.
That one like wahala come. Then play them a game.
Okay.
Play to the best of their abilities and make it a fight.
Okay.
Because if they allow them, make them get into any momentum whatsoever. One, in terms of the recent performances, then be better pass you. Then they feel say playing at that level be our birthright. And there is a thing that the confidence does to a footballer. The other thing also be say, even if the game travels to minutes 85 and it is 0-0, Wydad will not be faced. They no go panic because they see this before.
Yeah.
If you go through the games where they play over time, those disappointments have built them up, giving them confidence and a sense of immunity to the pressures and the conditions where it affects some of those teams. So Hearts of Oak for no go there expecting any favors or say, oh, if we play 80, play till the final whistle. And it be important. Don't go see, make you no go see there say they go defend. You know go fit.
For somebody who is so confident, if the game travels to 80th minute without scoring, you know what it can do to work. So then, me at the CC Ridey has gets more comfy past them.
At least they have the advantage. Don't rule it out. They are leading 1-0.
Exactly.
That's
so
the
you
advantage.
Have to score two.
So at minute 0, Hearts of Oak are in a better position.
Yeah. So any time the game travels without a goal means that Hearts of Oak is in the driving seat. Yes. So then they put pressure rather on work, especially as then they see say Hearts of Oak last 10 years what you do for Africa. We score you. But the game they travel, they go no they come. Then pressure will come back them instead.
That's when mistakes happen.
Exactly.
Okay. I mean,
the work become work.
Yeah. That's when work become work. All right. We go take some very short break. When we come, I get plenty of your messages here. I go read some of them, share them with you, and then we go progress the conversation. Black Queens Day in Nigeria. Charlie, the head-to-head between those teams, you know, be now. But make you not go anywhere. This be Football Made in Ghana live on Citi TV.